Alright, I'm just gonna I'm crapping out a quick video because I'm super hyped on this stupid ass list that I've been playing lately. I wanted to go fast, and it occurred to me that a Doomsday pile of 4 Manamorphoses and a Thassa's Oracle could kill from just 2 mana, one of which was green or red. So, I arrived at what I called Sicko Mode Doomsday, because I talked about that Doomsday pile and one of my friends made a comment about it being full Sicko Mode. So anyway, this is the first iteration. I had Veil of Summers in the main. I wasn't casting them a lot, even if I was trying to, like, echo. Can I make this a little bigger? Because I want to... So this is my favorite card in the deck right here. Spoils of the Vault. It is an absolutely disgusting magic card. It just happens to kill you once in a while. Not a big deal. So anyway, we're basically Belcher, except that... Or the deck is built sort of like Belcher, except that you don't need to play bad cards like Land Grant. You get to play actual permanent mana sources, which is kind of nice. The sideboard is just normal Wishboard bullshit, so we're not going to talk about it too much. Manamorphoses make your pass a turn pile sort of functional with Oracle, and it means you don't have to play like Predict or anything in the deck. I do have 1 Street Wraith for starting piles with no, like, pass a turn piles with just the Lion's Eye Diamond, so you could go like Lotus Petal, Dark Writ, Doomsday, Lion's Eye Diamond, pass, and then Street Wraith into the pile to get things rolling. But anyway, so I'm just going to run through a couple of replays of games that I've been playing with it, because it's really surprised me with how powerful it seems to be. This is the second iteration. It was proposed that I cut the protection and just run Faithless Lootings, because they can find you cards, they can dump unnecessary spells you don't need. They can dump echoes in your graveyard, and you just move the protection to the sideboard, basically. But the one that I've been playing the most, that I think is the best right now, is this version. Instead of the Veils, I'm playing 4 Duresses. They're a lot easier to cast. In the board, I do have a 2-2 split of Veils and Xanthid Swarms, for a little bit of help against some of the blue decks. But I suppose combo decks too, you could bring the 2 Veils in against Storm, just to have a little bit of, you know, something to get them with. A little bit to get them. And this version is nice because basically what it's doing is it's saying that occasionally I'm not going to want to go off on turn 1. I'm going to want to duress on turn 1 and then kill him on turn 2. And if you think about it, like, Belcher doesn't play any protection by default, so just the fact that there's 3 echoes in here doesn't mean that I, like, have to have a Veil active to cast an echo. You know, like, against half the format, the non-blue half the format, it's not even going to be a consideration. You just eat that shit off. So, and, you know, sometimes against the blue decks, they're not going to have a force to stop you. So anyway, this is the deck. It is absolutely wild, and I'm going to jump into some replays. I've just been clowning on people in the practice rooms. With a deck like this, like, there's Spoils of the Vaults in it, I don't want to be necessarily jumping right into leagues, although I'm thinking I'm going to get there. So, as you can see, my record has been, was sketchy for a little while, yesterday and the day before. And then I started to pick up some more wins here and there, and then my past few matches have been very, very good. So obviously I'm on a bit of a hot streak, and, like, occasionally you just die to spoils, so that's gonna drag your win percentage down a little bit. But anyway, let's just jump in to something here. See if I remember what was going on with this one. I'm just gonna hit the play button. We'll go through pretty quick. Alright, so this hand doesn't do much. This one doesn't do much either. This one almost does something. So I'm basically, I need, if I can hit, I'm on the draw. So if I draw another mana source, and then I can Spoils into a Lion's Eye Diamond and Echo. So that's kind of the game plan that I was thinking here. They are playing Hogak, and they play the Citrus Supplier. I think this one might have been with the Faithless Looting version of the deck. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to walk through this slow because I fucking popped off. Sort of, I think. I think it was this game. So I draw the Doomsday. Oh no, okay. This game isn't going how I remembered it. Must have been a different one. So I just went Swamp Pass. Oh, okay, I was planning on end step spoils for the end step spoils for LED and then Echo. But they went crazy on me. They put out a ton of fucking Vengevines and attacked. Did a big hit, and then what happened? I went to 11. I did spoils for the LED. So this is the thing about spoils, is you just got to do it. Just don't even look at your life total. Just do it. Just spoils. So I spoils, and I hit the LED, go down to 2 life, which is plenty of life. Don't really exile anything super important, which is nice. And then we hit this yeet. So I play the pedal, I morphose. I don't think I hit any more mana here, which was kind of unfortunate. I make red-black in case I hit a dark rit. But then you just empty, we echo. The echo finds me a bunch of mana and a draw 4. So I make my mana, which hits me a Burning Wish, or I make the Manamorphose, which hits me a Burning Wish, so I don't even need to use the draw 4. I get to just Burning Wish for Tendrils. So there you go, turn 2 kill, turn 2 Tendrils off of the Echo, easy peasy. Game 2. So this hand, if I draw a free mana source, that can make me red or black. This is a turn 1 kill because I can Dark Rid Doomsday and then use the free mana source to Rite of Flame Manamorphose into the pile. I don't believe I actually do, if I remember correctly. Drew another Dark Rid. So I think what I decided to do here was just play the Marsh Flats and hold up Veil of Summer. As you can see, this is the version with Veil of Summer, not with I'm not playing the Duress version. So I don't think they really do a whole lot here. I decided to cycle the Veil of Summer. Oh no, I thought I was going to cycle the Veil of Summer. Oh, I decided I need to make a pass a turn pile here. I don't know what I did there. This game isn't a good one. I think I was trying to bait a counter spell or something that I thought they were holding up. And then after I tapped down my green, they thought seize me and I scooped out of frustration. Okay. On to game 3. I'm going to jump to show you some of the blue matches afterwards because I think the blue matches are more interesting, and that's really going to be someone's concern with a deck like this is can you beat blue decks? So I decided I'm not even going to use Veil of Summer here. Because they're not really playing Force Will, so I just go for it. I just have enough mana that I can Doomsday and then build a pass a turn pile. And I just spoils. I know I said pass a turn pile, but I don't even mean pass a turn pile. I just spoils right into this, into the Oracle. And it was as easy as that. The Doomsday piles in the replays don't work quite well, but don't work quite right, but that's what happened. So let's jump to this one. So this is the most recent match that I played, and this is with the Duress version. So I win the roll, and this hand is obviously good. I'm just going to make goblins, or try to make goblins on turn 1. There's no reason to get fancy, in my opinion. And there's also no reason to risk killing yourself with spoils. You can just put it under the Chrome Mox. Like, you could get an extra storm by doing spoils for something to put under the Mox. But, like, there aren't any more red 4 ofs left in the deck, because Rite of Flame and Burning Wish are both in your main, are in your hand, and Spirit Guide is only a 2 of in the main right now. So you'd be spoiling for a 3 of to try to put under the Crow. Actually, I guess Manamorphose is still in the deck, so you could spoils for Manamorphose to put under Chrome Mox, but like there's no reason to risk killing yourself for 1 extra storm. So this game ended very quickly because I didn't make goblins. They had the dreaded Force of Will. The fun police came and forced my shit. So let's go to game 2. Game 2 is work of art. I thought for a long time about whether or not I wanted to keep this hand, because you're kind of looking at it like being a pass turn pile guaranteed. You can't go off on turn 1. Can't even make goblins on turn 1. You could make goblins on turn 2, or you could try and do something with Doomsday. So this one was kind of a thinker. They just played Underground Sea and passed. At this point, I thought they were on Miracles. I didn't even know they had black mana. So here I decide, I get my basic Swamp, and I actually cast Cabal Writ and then Doomsday. My reasoning here was that next turn I could make 8 goblins if this gets countered. So by using the Cabal Writ, I kind of am like, kind of baiting a counterspell, but if it resolves, I still have a game plan for next turn. I can draw a Veil of Summer. I can put a Veil of Summer as the top card in my deck. I can Veil, and then I can Burning Wish for the draw 4 in my sideboard. Right there, Grove Bargain. And draw like 2 Petals and Thassa's Oracle. So I'm fine if this resolves. I at least have a plan if it resolves, and I have a plan if it doesn't. And it does resolve. So the pile that I end up choosing, let's see if we can step through here, is like this. It's, come on. There we go. So it's Veil of Summer on top. The next card down is Manamorphose. The next card down is Thassa's Oracle. And then Petal Petal. So if everything goes to plan, I just draw the draw the Veil, draw 4, and get Petal Petal Oracle. If none of it goes to plan, it's still next turn, I can draw the Manamorphose and Manamorphose into Thassa's Oracle and still have a shot to win right there. So that's kind of the theory behind this pile. I'll hit the play button, you stack it up, and then pass the turn. So this is kind of a sketchy spot. Passing the turn is a little sketchy because if they have Surgical or something, but they don't. I draw the Veil, and I make kind of an odd choice here. I decide not to Veil first. The reason this is an odd choice is because now if I Veil, I can't use the draw 4 because I'll draw a card and there'll only be 3 left in my deck. So what I should have done was Veil first if I wanted this plan to be, if I wanted this to be the plan. But I ended up, I smelled a counterspell, so I cast the Burning Wish, and then they cast Drown in the Loch, and then I cast the Veil in response. So here I draw the Manamorphose. The Veil resolved, then Burning Wish resolves, and I end up just grabbing Cabal Therapy because I have enough mana, so I can Therapy them, and we can see their hand, it kind of went away fast, but their hand didn't really do much besides hold up Drown in the Loch, and they have some random crap, like random pseudo interaction, but none of it is like lights out type interaction. And so now I have just enough mana to Manamorphose, and they have no interaction for the Thassa's Oracle that's right there. So, boom. Power through a blue deck. With a little luck. Now, that was only game 2. I still want to watch game 3. So, this one was very interesting, if you ask me. So I'm on the draw here, and now this hand is pretty busted. The basic game plan, if this was like game 1 on the play, unknown opponent, you're going land or Badlands, fetch Badlands, play Rite of Flame, Morphose into black mana, or red Morphos into red-black. Dark Grit spoils for... what are we spoils for? 6 mana, 5 mana. Yeah, you spoils for LED, and then Burning Wish for empty would be kind of the easy mode version of this hand. So they just play a land and pass again. I don't know if they just never had turn 1 discard. And so the second spoils makes things a lot more interesting. So we'll walk through what happens here. Obviously, this hand is a little bit of a problem if the right or the Morphos, or like if any of the early rituals get countered, but against a deck like this, people are very hesitant to counter your early rituals, because if you have a bunch of mana, you can just either, you don't need all your rituals, or they think your ability to recover is weak, because like if they just counter one business spell, you're done. And so they save their counters for the business spell. So here's what we do. I make the red-black. I cast Dark Grit. It resolves. I cast a Dark Grit. It resolves. And now I realize that I can spoils for another Rite of Flame and be able to cast both Burning Wishes. So if one Burning Wish gets countered, I can cast the other one. This is a very gutsy line of play because it's a 3 of. Rite is a 3 of. So there's no guarantee that it's going to... I mean, there's never a guarantee, but like your chances of it killing you are substantially higher than if you're spoiling for a 4 of. But I do it anyway, and it was two cards down. So I exiled the Doomsday, which is not going to be my game plan here anyway. Although it is worth noting. So this is interesting. I'm just going to we'll get past this right. So right resolves. Now, the game plan here, what you do is you Burning Wish or you just cast Burning Wish. You get goblins, make a bunch of goblins. You could actually get Doomsday, make a Doomsday pile and spoils into it. But you'd only have 1 red mana floating, so that's not really going to do much for you. So really, you're looking at, you'd get Empty the Warrens if the Burning Wish resolves. So we'll see what happens here. Now, this Burning Wish, or they cast Brainstorm, that's right. They cast Brainstorm, and then this wish actually resolves. Which was kind of wild to me. So if the wish hadn't resolved, what I would have done was spoils for LED, and then Burning Wish for Tendrils. If now that this wish has resolved, I actually get to I grab the Tendrils, and then I spoils for Lotus Petal, and I still have plenty of life at this point. It's a 4 of in my deck, so that's pretty comfortable. And again, it's right near the top. And now they actually can see they don't even bother to make me cast the Tendrils. And that's Lethal Storm. Turn 1 Tendrils, Lethal Storm. So obviously, I'm sure you're all a little suspicious of this deck list. I am too. And I'm not going to even remotely try to declare that it is a good deck list. But it's wild. It is a ton of fun. If you really are a gambling man or lady, you will love this, because you get to spin the wheel with echoes, you get to spin the wheel with Spoils of the Vault, you get to spin the wheel with your opponent having interaction. Really just a great time spinning the wheel. And I think Spoils of the Vault is a really underrated card, because like, it's a 1-mana Demonic Tutor. Just think of it as a 1-mana Demonic Tutor. You have 5 life, 100% chance of finding the card you need. At 1 life, it's on top of your deck. Don't worry about it. 1-mana Demonic Tutor. Instant speed. Card is insane. It's wild to have a 1-mana instant speed business spell in your Storm deck. And it filters black mana into red mana. You can go, or whatever color really. You can spoils for a Lotus Petal. It is effectively a Dark Grit. You can spoils for Lionside Diamond, or spoils for Dark Grit. if you want just like an unthresholded Cabal Writ. Like, that card is bonkers. The only bad thing about it is that every once in a while it'll exile a win condition that you need. That's a lot less common than it killing you, which is kind of the other downside, and it does that like 10% of the time. What is my dog barking at? She's fine. Oh, there's another little dog outside. Anyway, so Spoils is bonkers. Don't underestimate it. That's all I have to say. This deck is nutty. I'm just going to get the sideboard back on screen for a quick second. It's pretty basic stuff. You got your Echo, you got a discard spell, you got a draw 4, you got Doomsday, Massacre, Tendrils. It's nice actually being able to play Massacre because you're playing real lands. You don't always have a land, but like, it happens enough of the time. The full set of empties, so you can board them in against Delver decks and shit. Hull Breach, I'm probably never going to cast that, but I don't feel comfortable leaving it at home. And then your anti-blue package. That's it. Thanks for fucking watching.